Leinen will speak on behalf of the Socialist Group.
Herr Präsident.
Thank you, President. You did suggest that the 5 reports and the main explanatory statements be put together in a brochure to be put to the President and Bureau. I think that's a splendid idea and I welcome it, and I suggest that we include the Corbett-Mendes de Vigo report, which was the basis for our work on the Lisbon Treaty. And we'd 500 in favour, which was a record, and that's where this entire attempt to get the Reform Treaty after the Constitutional Treaty came from. You would get our full backing for that. You've also referred to some people who are unfortunately not here any longer. I think everyone who's ever been on AFCO has worked with us. There's always been a high participation, and at this point I would like to thank, of those present, Johannes Fogenhuber, who has been a great cornerstone of our work for democracy and citizens' rights, Mrs. Kaufmann, who has come through with her opinion against a lot of resistance in her political area. Carlos Carnero was always there as fighter for the constitution in Spain during the referendum, and Mrs. Esteves has been very present and active too. Mr. Lamassoure was always a member of AFCO and achieved a great deal for the Constitutional Treaty, and not to overlook Mrs. Guy-Kahn, though she's not on AFCO, as a Budgets Committee representative to try to get more competence and rights for the Parliament. So thank you to everyone. I've just listed the people who are here, who will not be there next time, but we do promise that your work will be continued. I'd like to make 2 further comments on the reports as the Socialist Group Speaker. On the Kaufmann report, we've been very strong about the citizens' initiative not being a placebo, but being a proper constitutional tool that citizens can use to get something on the Brussels agenda. And I think in transposing this, we will have to make sure that is the case. And the Commission should very quickly, after the new forming, should put forward a bill, given it has a monopoly there. For Mr. Dehaene, there is a transitional period. We would like the spirit of Lisbon during the consultations on the new president, but the entire college and therefore the president will only be confirmed after the treaty has come into force. So if you like, we're going to be voting on this twice, simply because of the transitional arrangement. I think Mr. Dehaene's proposal on the programming is very good for the planning of an entire legislature. The starting point is the citizens' votes in the European elections, and the personnel decisions, the political arrangements and the funding follow from that. But the sovereign starting point is the vote by citizens during the elections. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leinen. On behalf of the Liberal Group, I shall give the floor to Mr. Duff, who has 4 minutes.
Mr. Churchill said, never waste a crisis. Well,